No, I don't care about them all, 'cause all I want is to be loved, and all I care about is you. You're stuck in me like a tattoo. No, I don't care about the pain. I want the fire and the rain, just to get closer to you. You're stuck in me like a tattoo. I'm letting my hair down, I'm taking it cool. You got my heart in your hand, don't lose it, my friend. It's all that I got. Violence playing and the angels crying. When the stars align, then I'll be there. No, I don't care about them all, 'cause all I want is to be loved, and all I care about is you. You're stuck in me like a tattoo.
And all of the sudden, Jungkook entered your room. He held your wrists and dragged you going downstairs. You fight for him and telling him to let you go. However, he didn't listen to you, even though you punched him continuously so he would let you go. He even tightened his grip on your wrist. In your anger, you bite his arms, but he didn't show any reaction. He just watched you while doing that. So you just gave up voluntarily. He brought you to the dining table and forced you to sit down. Eat. Finally, he spoke. I don't want to. I don't want to eat. I said I don't want to. He slammed the table and yelled. I said you need to eat. Even if you're going to kill me, I won't eat. If you want to see me to eat, then let me go. Let me live in this fucking house of yours. His eyes darkened while staring at you. You are my wife now. You're not going somewhere. You should stay here. You can't leave this house until I say so. Understand? Jungkook, you were crazy. You forced me to marry you because I rejected you, and now you're going to lock me in this house? Is that love you are talking about? Jungkook, you are obsessed. What you feel is not love, it's obsession. You know what? You don't need a wife. What you need is a psychiatrist, because you are a psycho. You took the glass and threw it on the table. It breaks into pieces in front of Jungkook. The broken glass splashed on his face that hurts him. Even though you saw blood dripping down his face, you don't care if he gets hurt or dies. All you want is to leave that damn place. Every day that he keeps you locked up, that anger in your heart against him deepens. You give him a death look and walk going to your room. But you step on the broken glass that splashed on the floor. But you don't feel anything. In your anger, you were numb, so you didn't notice it. You just continue on walking while your foot was bleeding until Jungkook suddenly lifted you and took you to the bathroom. Put me down! Just stay still. Your foot is bleeding. You just noticed that your feet were bleeding after he told you. He sat you near the bathtub and took the first aid. He was about to wash your feet, but you told him to get out as you snatched the first aid kit from his hand. It's not your thing to be nice, so stop pretending. You met Jungkook way back 3 years ago. Your dad was his father's friend. You weren't close, but you met often on occasions. 6 months ago, you noticed that he was coming to your house more often. Then he confessed that he likes you. You rejected him without a second thought. Aside from you don't want to give him a hope, like him is not really your ideal type of guy. You are an activist. Your job is to reveal the secrets of corrupt politicians, drug lords, especially human trafficking. You are not only active in your country, you often travel to expose the secrets that are hidden even in other countries. You hate crimes, corruption, and illegal activities. And since Jungkook is a mafia, all you hate, you know he does that thing. Like him is the person you don't want to be with. To protect yourself, you're carefully not to expose your real identity. You hide under Lauren's name. You rejected Jungkook in a proper way, so he wouldn't be offended. You just told him that you're not ready for a relationship. Basically, he accepted your decision with all his heart. But 1 month ago, you just found out that you are going to marry him. You ask him not to agree with your dad's decision. You beg for him, however, the marriage still go through, and that's how you start hating him to death. You hate him even more after marriage because he brought you to a hidden place and you are not allowed to come out. Why do you need to be involved in his personal matters? If he is hiding from his enemy, why do you also? You have nothing to do with him. Please leave me alone. I can handle myself. Call me if you need some help. Is it clear to you that I don't need your help? You throw all the things you grab after Jungkook left inside the bathroom. You can't hug me, you mumble while your tears dripping in anger. You haven't seen Jungkook for 2 days. He went on business trip. Even though he's not there are people watching you. So even if you want to run away, it's impossible to do that. Jungkook sat on the sofa. He leans his head and closed his eyes. He was so exhausted from the flight back and forth. He can't stay long to Singapore because he needs to look for you. Sir, Mom YN has not left her room. She also hasn't eaten since this morning. Again? Did you tell her to eat? Yes, sir. We knocked on her room, but no one's answered. Jungkook stood up and walked upstairs. YN, open the door! He knocked at the same time, but no one's answered. YN, I'm not in the mood, so please open the door. Again, no one replied. So he decided to just get in, but the door was closed. He called the butler to bring the extra key. Unfortunately, you double locked the door, so even though there was a key, it was locked inside. He suddenly get nervous that you might have done something to harm yourself. Jungkook didn't waste time. He kicked the door again and again to open it. And when he opened the door, he saw you lying on the floor unconscious. Various medicines were scattered on the floor. You purposely over yourself because you want to end. He was so terrified. He didn't know what to do. He lifted your head and just hugged you while saying, YN, wake up! Please wake up! No sign of breathing, so Jungkook immediately called his doctor. While the doctor's saving you, Jungkook seems to be losing himself. Luckily, what you drank was only vitamins, so your life was not in danger. You just lost consciousness because you hadn't eaten anything and you drank a lot of vitamin C. After a couple of hours, you wake up. Is this heaven? Am I dead? You said while looking at the ceiling. You're still alive. You gaze on your side as you saw Jungkook worriedly staring at you. Why am I still alive? You shouldn't have saved me. He rolled his fist in frustration at the current situation. Please, YN, Don't do this again. Don't worry. Next time, I will make sure that you won't be able to save me. What's your problem? Why are you doing this? Why are you torturing me? Don't you understand? I don't want to be here. Please let me go. I don't deserve to be treated like this. What did I do to you? Why are you treating me like this? He stood up and fist pumped himself. After that, he faced you. Jungkook doesn't want to lose you, but he also can't handle if something bad happened to you. Alright, I will set you free. Really? Just give me 1 month. Why do I have to wait for 1 month? If you want me to go, then just let me go. Please trust me even just now. Just 1 month. After that, you are free to go. You can also divorce me. Can I trust you? I have one word. Then I will trust you this time. Please, don't break my trust. Don't worry, I won't break our agreement. I just have one favor to ask. Please eat. I'm afraid you will get sick. Jungkook was currently talking to someone on the phone when he saw you coming down the stairs. He quickly ended the call and asked you, "Do you need something?" After 2 weeks since you got married, this is the first time he saw you go out of your room on your own. Usually, you just lock yourself in your room. Can I eat? I'm hungry. A smile crept in his face and said, "Oh, of course. I will call the chef. What do you want to eat? Name it." The food is served. Jungkook told his people to leave so you can eat peacefully. He was also about to leave, but he felt someone pulled on his shirt. He looked back and saw you holding the end of his shirt. Can you join me? I'm not used to eat alone. Sure, he said and sat in front of you. You're still mad at him. However, you just held on to his promise, so you slowly opened his heart to him. Not to love him, but as a friend like before. You don't want to leave that your heart is full of hatred. One night, Jingo came home from somewhere. He immediately looked for you. Then the butler told him you were in the pool area. He went there and saw you sitting on the edge of the pool while looking at the beautiful scenery of the city at night. What are you doing? You smile and say, just looking at the lights from the building. Are you bored? Kind of. You want to go somewhere? I thought I couldn't live here. It's not like that. Of course you can leave, but my people will go with you so they can watch you. Ah, because of your enemy? Huh? Oh, because of them. He started to answer. Why? Where do you want to go? I want to see the ocean. Then let's go there. But in the other day, the orphanage that I was sponsoring has a feeding program tomorrow. I will help them. You stare at him. You're sponsoring some orphanage? Mm, I want those children to have a better life. I never expected this. Because I'm a mafia? You nod. Can I go with you instead? It will be fun if you come with me. As the day passes, you get to know the real Jungkook. The real him is far from what you thought. He is sweet, caring. You realize one thing, he is a good person. You went with Jungkook to the orphanage again. In so much tiredness from playing with the children, you didn't realize that you fell asleep in the car while going home. He slowly lifted your head and leaned it on his shoulder after he saw your face leaning against the mirror. But you woke up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. That's fine. I really enjoyed today. Thank you for letting me come with you. He smiled, but that smile faded after he remembered something. YN, I began for 3 days for important matters. When I came back, I have a surprise for you. I love surprises. I'm looking forward for that day. Then I will wait after 3 days. I'm still sleepy. As you lean your head on his shoulder and close your eyes. After a few seconds, I'm sorry if I'm being rude and mean to you. Your words were made him surprised. Today is the day you will see him again. You're excited to see him again. You can't deny the fact that you miss him. You talked on the phone this morning. He said he will come at night, so you thought of cooking for him. You asked his man to go with you to go to the grocery shopping. After 2 hours, you came back from grocery until you noticed his car already parked outside. You ran going inside. There, he saw him drinking water. Yeah, I thought you would come at night. At the same time, you hug him. Later on, you also broke the hug after you realized on what you did. I'm sorry, I was just happy to see you. He shuffles your hair and says, I was supposed to come back next week since I have important business. However, I don't want to break my promise to you. Here, this is my surprise for you, he said while giving you a brown envelope. You get confused, so you open it. As you got shocked when you saw the documents proving that you two were already divorced. How did this happen? I never signed any divorce documents. Remember during feeding last week? I gave you some papers to sign. You clearly remember that, but you didn't know that those were divorce documents. You were so busy that time, so you didn't read the content. You thought it was just a list of people who came to that event. You are free now. Then you saw the butler going downstairs with your suitcase. My man will send you home. You will be able to return to your old life again. Sorry if I was cruel to you. You are speechless. You didn't expect this will be his surprise to you. You should be happy because you are finally free. But why you're not happy? Are we really divorced? Hmm, as my promise. I'm sorry I still have a flight to catch up with. Oh, oh, later. Jungkook, are we still friends? Of course. Let's go, Miss YN. I will send you home. Jungkook reached his hand. You look at it and reach for a handshake. Bye. After the car left where you were, he breathed heavily and burst into tears. During his with you, he feels like he was dreaming, especially when you became nice to him. He told himself several times that he would never wake up from that dream. But today, he woke up and realized that he's done dreaming, and this is the reality. Reality that he can't have you. You were walking to your room while spacing out. Until now, it was in sync in your brain. Everything between you and Jungkook were over. You sat on your bed, then you checked the envelope again. This time, it gradually became clear to you what happened. Then suddenly your tears start dripping nonstop. Why I am hurt? Why do I want to see him? You ignore your feelings, thinking probably you just got used of being with him. That's why you miss him. Days and weeks pass by, but those feelings is still in your heart. You miss Jungkook even more, and now you became desperate to see him. You tried to call him or texted him, however, only a voice recording answering you, saying he was busy. You and your parents were having lunch. Your dad noticed that you weren't eating your food. Is there a problem? Dad, do you know that me and Jungkook got divorced? Yes, after he dealt with those people. What do you mean? You really don't know? I thought he already told you. Which one? Since you were an activist, you ran into a drug lord. They found out your real identity. One of Jungkook's informants informed him that drug lord ordered someone to finish you. In his fear that something would happen to you, Jungkook asked your dad to marry you since he knew you were safe with him. That is also the reason why he hid you in a fireplace and not allowed you to leave that place. He did that to protect you. The reason why he didn't tell you, so you wouldn't be afraid and you can still do what you want. No, this is not true. So all this time, he's just protecting me? Dad, you should tell me the truth. YN, the Mafia King asked a favor not to tell you. Once I give my words to a Mafia King, I can't take it back. You stand to leave. Where are you going? I want to talk to him. He hasn't come back to the house since you left. Aside from that, Jungkook is getting married again to the daughter of a member of an organization. He is getting married? How about me? You don't believe that Jungkook didn't come back to the house where you lived before. You went there and pretended that you forgot something important. When you get there, you prove that Jungkook wasn't there. The butler said that since you left, he never come back there anymore. I'm late. I'm sorry if I realized late that I love you. Why did you let me to hate you? The door of Jungkook's room opened since you entered there without permission. YN? You immediately wipe your tears. Why are you here in my room? Jungkook asked. I thought you weren't here. I'm not coming here anymore. The reason why I'm here because your dad called me. He said you want to talk to me? Wait, are you crying? No. I'm sorry if I entered here without your permission. Is it true that you will get married? Yes, it's true. The organization forced me to marry her. Then let's run away. You saved me last time. Now it's time for me to save you. Thank you, but I'm okay. You look at him. trying to hold your tears. Can you not marry her? Why? Because I want to marry you. Why? Because I want to be with you. And why? Because I love you. You don't have a chance to continue what you were going to say because Jungkook suddenly came and sealed your lips with a kiss. After a few seconds, he broke the kiss and said, "Is it hard to say that you love me?" He said and hugs you. "Because I ashamed for what I did to you before." "I don't care. The important is you love me and you want to marry me." "Then how about that girl?" "Whose girl?" "The girl you are going to marry." Ah, actually, she didn't exist. Your dad just invented her so he would come here and admit your feelings. He thought that you loved me because he always saw you crying in your room. I didn't expect that. Imagine you are ready to fight the organization just for me. Yo, stop embarrassing me. He chuckled and kissed you again. "Thank you for coming back to me. Sorry for coming late. It doesn't matter as long as you came. So, will you marry me again?" "This time I will marry you because I want to."